I was like, what's my life coming to? I had pressure from my family. I didn't go to university, and in a Nigerian household, that's not taken lightly. I was the first person in my family to not go to university. In 6 months, I took on about 3 deals. The next year, I took on 10 properties in 10 months. Yeah, man, so got invited to speak at an event in Birmingham. So here we are with some of my guys to show support. So yeah, man, looking forward to it. I think there's meant to be about maybe 50 to 90 young people who are interested in entrepreneurship. So yeah, man, it's a good event. Looking forward to speaking and yeah, just inspiring the next generation. We're running on with black people timing, bro. How you doing, brother? The event is in there, right?
It's in here. Basically, if you go in fourth floor.
First floor?
Fourth.
Fourth, okay.
Then you come out the lift,
cool.
Turn right and go to another lift and 15
Oh, jeez. Am I running?
15, yeah.
What time did it start?
I meant to start at 1.
Okay,
so I haven't started yet.
Okay, cool. First time in Birmingham, you know? First time in Birmingham. How you doing, bro? Nice to meet you, nice to meet you.
Man's got the full team.
Come on, bro. It's easy property, baby. He said.
Married man.
He said. I got the mic. What you telling? We said.
Check out beyondfootball.uk. We've got the merch here. All of that.
Bro, we're late, you know.
We're not late, bro.
Oh, sorry.
I don't even think anyone's here.
How you doing, bro? You right?
First speaking event?
No, I done a speaking event with Gen Z. I think that was about last year. But it's my first one this year outside of London.
Do you like it?
Yeah, man, to be honest, I think whenever you get opportunity to speak, I think it's always worth exploring, because at the end of the day, life's about networking, connections, opportunities. So I don't like turning down opportunities, man, because yeah, that's what life is about. It's what helped me get to where I am today, so why not? Hey, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. I'm into property. Started off a strategy called rent to rent, but now I'm in the process of buying. Should be completing on my first property next week.
Oh, hopefully we congratulations.
Yeah, exactly. So you said you wanted to go into the BRR?
Yeah, so buy, refurb and refinance, hopefully. That's my plan. I do carpentry and bricklaying as well.
Wow.
But I thought, let me get qualified in electrics, because that's something you actually need. So
okay, that's serious.
Yeah,
How long have you been doing it for?
Overall about 3.5 years, but electrics a year.
Okay, would you say you enjoy it?
I love it, yeah. So I'm 30 now, but I wish I got into it as soon as I left school.
Wow, why is that?
Just because I love it, I have a passion for it. When I left school, I didn't really know women could be in construction like that.
Yeah, no, for real. Yeah. That's serious, so like you're inspiring the next generation of women to show that they can get into like things like that. That's amazing, amazing. These 3 pieces are meant to go together to make a cube.
Turn to show the camera.
Bro, I've never used this in my life. Do you know how to do this yourself, bro? Wow. Show me how you did it. Wow.
Hello everyone. Guys, just a quick announcement. We'll be starting very soon.
Nice.
Like in the next 10-15.
JP Morgan, they have like a athlete transition program. Okay. And they allow athletes who've played at a high level, elite level, to now transition into being an investment banker. Because they say they've got the characteristics to allow them to have those transferable skills to be successful in it.
What kind of characteristics would you like pinpoint, would you say?
Discipline, hard work, that relentlessness, consistency, all those different things.
Those are all things that you have to adopt in football, but you can also translate.
Exactly, yeah,
things, right?
100%. Okay. But then a lot of footballers don't know how to now apply it. They have those skills, but it's now, okay, cool. A lot of them have that ideation, something that me and Toby always talking about. Oh shit, like, I'm playing non-league. Oh, my career's coming to an end. What the heck am I gonna do? This is all I've known for the past how long?
It's part of your identity, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly that.
I was thinking on Instagram the other day.
How is it?
Because I went to, it's like, you know, the Samuel Lee.
Oh, Samuel Lee, yeah.
I paid for his course, and then I was shaking. I was like, yo, I just paid like that much for the course. So I was a bit like,
oh, is it?
And then I went like on everyone's pages to see like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I seen yours, and you've done like his course, haven't you? Are you part of his academy?
So I'm actually not part of his academy. So I actually just utilize his free stuff online. And I utilised that and obviously built relationships with actually other people in the industry. And obviously from building relationships with people in the industry, that's how I actually got started. So yeah, I would say, I mean, it was like 12K or something?
No, The course was 2K, but I only paid like a quarter of it.
What is it you want to do? What is it exactly you want to do? Rent to rent?
I want to do service accommodation.
Service accommodation, okay,
Yeah,
cool. So when do you actually start that training?
So basically the thing in London's on the 6th till the 9th
Okay.
of August. But I've only paid like a quarter of it. I can't get it back now anyway. So
Okay, cool. Because the thing is,
still to
don't get me wrong,
pay. Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not like a waste of money. We'll cut this out anyway. I'm just being honest. But the only thing is, when you're paying for like a course, it's just such a short time. And what I find with a lot of people, they need that one-to-one like kind of guidance. Because the thing is, you pay for a course, and then when you're in the field, that same course is not going to help you. So for me personally, my journey, I found what's better than a course is just one-to-one guidance. That's somebody who can actually help you. A bit about myself, I consider myself a property entrepreneur. Started off in a strategy called rent to rent, which is essentially you take a property from a landlord.
Bro, you can't start there, bro.
Okay, so where do you want to know?
Some of us ain't even, what do you mean like start, like rent to rent, innit? Like, some of us not even at that level, bro.
Yeah,
like,
I was getting it.
There's a step before that, bro.
Of course.
How do we get to this rent to rent thing? Like,
yeah, that's
give us the foundation, bro. The foundation.
Okay, cool. So how I actually started, like everyone, I was interested in entrepreneurship. I was working in a primary school whilst playing semi-professional football. But for me, while I was working in primary school, I felt like I was looking around people who were working there for 10, 20 years, 30 years. And I didn't want that for myself. So I knew a lady called Patricia Bright, and she done an interview with someone called Samuel Leeds. And he was talking about all the creative ways that you can get into property without actually owning it. And so for me, all I knew before was you have to save to get a deposit, 15, 20, 30K.
Ezekiel.
Yes, brother.
I want to highlight a gem.
Okay, go on.
Yeah? You was working in the what?
In a primary school.
Primary school, yeah? So he was in an environment, and in that environment, what did you find out?
So yeah, I was
You met somebody?
No, so I knew of somebody.
Okay.
And I was just watching her videos online because I used to like watch YouTube videos of people who are entrepreneurs, have businesses, so I can learn from them.
So you started to research
Yeah, exactly.
the field that you wanted to get involved in. You never knew anybody, you never knew anything.
Exactly.
But guess what? Give thanks for YouTube.
Exactly.
Yeah?
That's exactly it.
Went to YouTube and you started to research the field that you had interest in, and then what happened?
So yeah, when I found out about the creative ways to get into property, I think my mind was just opened because all I knew, especially from an African background, you save money, just use that to buy a house, and that's it. And for me, I was like, you can get into property with £5,000 to £8,000. So for me, I spent hours every single day. I was waking up an hour early before work, straight after work, I was still watching YouTube videos, binge watching YouTube videos. For 8 months straight, I was just watching videos.
Research.
And then, whilst I was researching, I was going to networking events, so I can actually try and surround myself with other people who are in the industry.
Okay, hear that one? That's another gem. So after you've done your research, now you've got your content. Yeah? You've got a lot of questions you want to be asking. Next thing you must do is what? Surround yourself with
Other people in the industry.
Like-minded people in the industry. And what did you get from that?
So from there, I then found my first mentor. And the biggest thing that I got from the network is other people have already gone before you. So if you surround yourself with other people who've gone before you, the mistakes that they made, you don't have to make.
Okay.
And I clocked that on from early.
Well, what if you're a bit like stubborn-minded, like?
Bro, to be honest, you have to leave that pride at the door. Because any person who wants to be successful, you need to be able to accept advice from those who've gone ahead of you.
That's a powerful one, you know. My young people in the room, are you hearing what's happening? You're going to leave the pride at the door. Yeah? Leave the pride. Don't even leave it at home. You don't want it at home.
Exactly.
You don't want it at home. You just want to, I don't know, put it in the garbage. Whoever wants it, come home, grab it, whatever in it.
Exactly that.
So you're saying now, boom, leave the pride at home. Be willing to take advice.
Exactly.
Yeah? So we're getting steps now. The first one was acknowledge that you don't want to be where you are
100%.
now in the next 5 years. You want to
100%.
see advancement in your life. The second thing is identify where you want to be. Yeah? You may not know how you're going to get there.
Exactly.
But identify it. Then research.
100%.
Research. Research in the morning, research in the afternoon, research at night. Okay, and then surround yourself with the people that's doing what you want to do.
Exactly.
Yeah?
Exactly.
Hope you guys taking notes, you know, because the book says smart folks take notes. So I know you some people are videoing it and recording it, so good to use that. And then, when did the opportunity come through? Oh no, get yourself a mentor.
Yeah, exactly.
Get yourself a mentor and be willing to take advice. So, what was the breakthrough moment, bro?
The breakthrough moment for me, so before I even got success, I spent 18 months trying to learn, 18 months trying to make mistakes. Well, not trying to make mistakes, but I made mistakes. And I was on the verge of giving up. 18 months, I remember I was on the train home and I was crying. Like, it sounds crazy, but I was crying because I was 23. I spent 18 months trying to get into property.
What kind of, name one mistake. One mistake, just one.
The thing is, okay, cool. So the strategy I wanted to do is something called deal sourcing. So it's essentially you find a property for an investor and then you sell it and you make money from that.
So you're being the middleman.
Basically that. So I wanted to be the middleman.
And that's called what?
Deal selling.
Deal selling.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's when you're the middleman between
exactly.
The man with the money
exactly.
and the man with the property.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I was trying to do that for 18 months. And for me, there were 3 instances where the deals fell through last minute. So it should have been completed, but as I was the middleman, I had to make everybody happy. And if somebody wasn't happy, then the whole thing fell through. And that's what happened on 3 occasions. So for me, 18 months of trying to do that with no success, I was like, what's my life coming to? I had pressure from my family. I didn't go to university. And in a Nigerian household, that's not taken lightly. I was the first person in my family to not go to university.
Wow.
So I was already feeling pressure from my dad. And my dad was like, where are you going with your life? I was playing semi-professional football at the same time. So obviously I wanted to be a professional footballer. But
was you getting paid from football?
Yeah, I was getting paid, but not much.
Okay.
So not much. So for me, it just, from the outside looking in, it was like, where's your life going? Like, you're working in a primary school, you're trying to be a professional footballer, you've been doing that for years, then there's nothing to show for it. You're investing in property, spending hours on end, and
watching YouTube videos,
and there's nothing to show for it. So I got to a point where I was like, what's my life actually coming to? And I remember that day when I was like, tears were coming from my eyes on the train. I remember just picking up the phone to like one of my mentors, and I'll say like I need help, I'm unhappy. You know, I've been trying to do these things for a long time and nothing to show for it. And I remember he just like prayed for me, and then he just prayed for me, and he was like, you know what, I'll just pray for you that, you know, doors begin to open. And it's just crazy that next day I got a random message for somebody in my network that says, you know what, I'm looking for someone to help me find deals. You know, can you help me find these deals? And funny enough, I was actually looking for those type of deals already.
Hold on. You got a random call
from someone in my network. From
in your what?
Network, the events I've been going to.
Yeah. In your network. Key. Networking is key. It's who you know that's going to bring you your opportunities. Whatever network you are in,
facts,
you open yourself up to opportunities. So another key word, network. Don't be shy. Leave the pride at the door. It's like Giovanni got bigged up. The brethren asked the question, how do you just approach people? Because he leaves his pride at the door. Innit? When you know you have something of value to offer somebody else, then guess what? You're going to run and say, yo, my brother, I've got something for you, you know, bro. Yeah. I'm trying to boss you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've got value to offer. So that's what makes you be able to leave your pride at the door and try and deliver that value to those who you want to deliver that value to. Sorry.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, that one person phoned me, and yeah, the next day we spent a whole day together, and I managed to source him 2 deals. So I managed to find him 2 deals. So after 18 months of trying to find a deal, I get a random call and I sell him 2 deals.
Cha-ching.
And that was an eye-opening moment, because that gave me hope, because at the moment I lost hope. So yeah, when that happened, he told me that he done a strategy called rent to rent.
Okay.
And for me, my focus was only deal selling. I was like, I can't do rent to rent. I'm trying to be a professional footballer. I'm working in a primary school. I don't have time to do rent to rent. But he said to me, and this is where advice, listening to people, he said, if you want to leave your job, you need to replace your income. So your income from working...
Say that again.
He said, if you want to leave your full-time job, you need to replace your income.
If you want to leave your full-time job, yeah, your 9 to 5, you need to do what?
Replace your income.
Replace your income with what?
Exactly. So this is where it comes into it. So again, I was open to what he was saying. He says, with rent to rents, once you get a certain amount, you know how much you have come in from that business. And I'm going to explain what rent to rent is. So rent to rent is essentially you taking a property from a landlord or an agent and using that property for, it could be for Airbnb, for example, or it can be as a house share. So, you know, like student accommodations. So, but you do it as a company. So everything is all legal. And he was doing it at a time, he had 17. And yeah, he said to me, listen, you want to leave your job, try and do this. And then I spent 18 months trying to do deal sourcing, I was open. And then from that conversation, literally a week later, and this is why I'm saying everything happens for a reason. So the 18 months that I spent trying to find a deal, all that learnings in terms of finding agents, speaking to different people, I was able to just direct that for myself. And then within a week, I got my first property, which was a rent to rent.
Round of applause, please. Round of applause. Adversity. Carry on, continue.
Yeah, so yeah, and then from then, in 6 months, I took on about 3 deals. The next year, I took on 10 properties in 10 months.
So drinks on you, yeah? We got questions. What you want to seal up your team?
Yeah, I'll wrap up. So 10 properties in 10 months, and then I quit my full-time job after 10 properties, and then I started mentoring people, helping people obviously do the same thing that I do, and I've obviously scaled my rent-to-rent business, and as well as helping people, I'm now in the process of actually buying properties as well. So for next week, I'll be completing on my first property.
Oh, let's give a round of applause, man. Yeah? If that's not inspirational, you know what I'm saying? But I do know what is, but guess what? We've got more inspiration and more inspiration. We've got tons and tons, and you know, it's an abundance in this room.
Appreciate it. So yeah, any questions?
Yeah, man? Questions in the house, but guess what? We're limited on time. Okay, first question.
What money is involved when you're starting off to do rent to rent? If you wanted to just go into it right now, like, what do you have to do?
Yeah, so generally you need about £5,000 to £8,000. It depends where you are. I'm based in London, so rent is much higher. So generally you need to pay 1 month rent and 1 month deposit. So if London, let's say it's £2,000 house, you pay rent £2,000, that's £4,000, and then you need to furnish your property. It might be £2,000 or £3,000. Let's just say £2,000, so that's 6k. So generally that's it. But up north, where Birmingham based, it would be much cheaper than London.
Would you say that the reason why some people don't make it is because of the mentality that they have?
I would make 20 calls a day, 5 days a week. So 20 times 5, that's 100. Do that for a month. 100 times 4, 400. Do that for 10 months, that's 4,000. 4,000 people are saying no to you. Well, and the thing is, you don't even need all 4,000 to say yes. Because even if only 10 of them say yes, that 10 could make you potentially £5,000 every single month. But then to get that 10, you need to be rejected 3,990 times. A lot of people don't want to be rejected 3,990 times. So for me, that's why mentality is everything, bro. If you're not ready to get rejected and you don't have the heart for it, then the truth is business ain't for you.
How many properties do you manage and where are they located?
So 15 at the moment. I scaled up to 17. I gave 2 back. For me, between 15 and 20 is fine for me. Rent to rent for me is just cash flow. Everybody wants cash flow. But the biggest thing is buying, which is where I'm at now. So now I'm going to start buying more properties, as well as helping people as well. In location, London and Kent. They're all around London and Kent.
You watched that, you spoke about TikTok about like landlord objections and how you respond to that. I feel like I actually use that method to landlord, did it? And it actually worked.
Oh my God.
Like, I'm actually grateful for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what advice would you give to me? Because I'm starting up 2 in September.
Okay.
I've already got everything patterned, but I just want to think like, any advice you'd give to me?
Yeah, I think don't take rejections to heart. You know, it's a part of the game, especially with business. Rejections are inevitable. And another thing is, remember, it's a people's business. Property is not about property, it's about people. So you got to always bear that in mind, especially the industry that we're in, it's about customer service. You know, you got to make sure that the customer, their priority. If they've got a complaint, you need to try and deal with that as soon as possible. You know, when it comes to you scaling your business, you need to have handymen in different areas so that when there's an issue, you can call them quickly. So yeah, for me, I would just say, remember, property is not about property, it's about people. And you put the people first, you will always make money.
Round of applause for people. My brother.